welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos with the occasional Etsy related video on my channel. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you will always be notified of when I do load a new video. If you could also comment, like, and share this video, that would be amazing. So it's Monday night. I actually got an order for some cash envelopes from my Etsy shop, and I thought I would have you join me on the process. No, it looks like a mess, but that's just how it is with the space that I have. And my customer ordered 2 sets of cash envelopes. So this is the first set, and I did show this in a flip through. It's sold, so it's not available, but I already packaged one up, but I'll show you how I package the rest, and we'll just go from there. Now, I don't know how much value this will be for you, especially since most of my videos are either planner related or, sorry, get that on camera. They're either planner related or Etsy shop related. And this is really awkward on camera. It'd be way easier if I could hold it closer. So basically, I just seal the back. There's no pretty way to seal that. But what I will do is I do have this box of labels that I picked up from Amazon. And if I can find a link to these items, I will definitely put that in the description box below. I got a sheet of labels. I have several of these sheets from Vistaprint, and it just has the same logo that's on my business card. And then what I'll do is I'll sort of stagger this on here just to make it a little bit fancier. Again, there's nothing inherently super fancy about plastic, but I think that looks good. And this was one set. And then for the next set, this might be more frustrating than I thought. And it's relatively easy when I'm not doing it on camera, but when I'm trying to film it and do everything in front of me like this versus close to me, yeah. So I have a bunch of these crystal pack, and I'm sorry for the glare, I know it's insane, that I picked up from a local craft shop, and I have them in a variety of sizes. And this one will fit this set of cash envelopes. And what I'll do is I'll pick one to be the front, and then I'll slide it in. And because it does, well, actually, before I even do that, I checked all of these just to make sure that they were cut, but also to stuff each of them with the 2 transaction log registers that comes with. If you do purchase these, or even if you're interested, you can go to my blog, and that transaction log is a free printable, and I'll link that below. But I'll put one facing up, and because of the flap, it does make it a little bit more finicky. And then because of the bulk of the Velcro, I will actually stagger it so that there's Velcro on this side and then Velcro on this side. And I'll keep doing that until I get them all in there. And it will be a snug fit, but I think for transportation purposes, that will be better. At least I think so. And then this one will be my back. Now that one will be the ugly side because that's where I fold the little bit of the edge plus the tape. And so I'll just fold that over. Now I do have sizes that are both a little bit longer and a little bit wider, and I find that it just looks messier that way because then these move around in the packaging. I'll squeeze the air out, and that'll give me a little bit flatter of a product. And then again, I will put my label and that matches my business card. And then I'll put these two. Now, the reason I have all of this stuff is I've had my Etsy shops since late 2017, and I opened it up, I think, Black Friday weekend of 2017, and then in December I got sick. I didn't have much listings. I wasn't doing a lot of advertising, so I made maybe 1 or 2 sales at the end of that year, and then maybe about 15 sales in 2018. But gearing up to Black Friday of 2018, I had picked up a bunch of these clear wrappers, because I do sell traveler's notebooks. That's actually predominantly what I do have in my one of my Etsy shops. I picked up business cards, these label things. I mean, I was fully prepared to be completely swamped on Black Friday weekend, and I made absolutely no sales. So I have a lot of product from 2018 that I utilize with my Etsy shops now. And I mean, luckily this thing doesn't go bad. It's just, that's why I have all of this. Now, if my customer had just purchased one of these, then I would have just sent it in this right here, because it does fit. In fact, I tested it and both of these fit, but it's a little bit too snug and I don't want the product to be damaged. So I actually went a size up, and I'll put these side by side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of this in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to put this in a folder that I have, and I'm going to take it to work and then mail it from there, just because I can send it securely from our mail room, and all of the postage is paid already. But I don't leave it here. I mean, if I have an order that's really heavy, then I'll ask one of my family to send it for me, but I'd rather make sure that it gets to the mail on my own. But I do keep the components separate, just in case, because I have extra of these at work, just in case this gets damaged in transit. And I do protect this in my bag as much as possible, because again, this no longer is mine, it belongs to my customer. And when I mail it tomorrow, when I put these in here, it's actually sturdy that you can't fold it this way, but you can fold it this way. So because I excel at being extra, I actually have these chipboard cutouts that I bought specifically for things like this, which I will insert. And then that way it makes it rigid so that you can't bend it both this way or that way, and that way it protects my customer's product. So it goes in here. There's no label on it. I have the label in the invoice printed separate. I won't put the label on until right before I ship it, just in case it does get damaged on my way to work, because I do commute on the bus and I have to hold everything in my lap. So again, I want to make sure that this is as pristine as possible. Now, I actually do have a bunch of these, and I could insert this yellow one into this one, because I like to send all of my products in a padded mailer. However, this just looks like regular mail to me. This looks like, yes, please steal me. So that's why I don't use these as an outside wrapper, but I will check the weather for the area that I am sending this to, and if it's stormy or snowy, depending on the time of the year, I will actually insert their products in here with the invoice and all of that, and then put this in the mailer, just because I don't want their products to get damaged. Although I did preemptively secure all of the edges on all of this here, and then once I put the label on, I do have some clear packing tape at my desk so that I can cover some of the label. And then for the labels, because again, your girl is extra, I actually, and let me find some. I picked up a box of labels from Amazon, of course, that's where I get everything. And it's basically 2 of these big half sheet, and this one's already been used, and so I still have this one that I can print. And for an Etsy order, you can choose to print 2 labels per set, and I think this just looks, it's much clearer to me, it's much faster for me because I can print the shipping label straight from Etsy, and then it just peels and then secures. And then for shipping things, so long as you do not tape over the tracking code, you're fine. I always tape over both my address and my customer's address in clear packing tape because again it does make it waterproof, but for whatever reason for the scanner code, and again for privacy purposes I'm not going to show you the label that I printed for her, for privacy purposes never tape over the tracking code because it messes up their scanning process. Just in case you didn't know that. And I picked up, I think it's like either 100 or 500 of these from Amazon. Again, if I can find it, I'll link it below. But I've had this for a while and I'm not even halfway through the box. Although conversely, I've only made about 30 sales, but yay, I've made 30 sales. So, you know, half glass empty, half glass full. No, I'm mixing up those. It's almost 10 o'clock and I need to get this done, but I don't know. I thought maybe you would be interested in how I do my process. So I won't be using this because from what I checked earlier, the weather will be fine. I do have this on the side because this is where I keep all of those transaction logs so that I can stuff them as I fill the order. And then the other component that I do is I always send postcards. Now for my repeat customers, I don't track what postcard I send you. So hopefully you don't have a collection of the same postcards because I just buy a bunch of these from Walmart or Target, and then I always give 2. And the reason I give 2 is I always put Post-it notes, and I will be writing a personalized message. And I have a bunch of these size Post-it notes in my stash. And then, like I said, I'll write the personalized message. I do have a little box with my business cards. And even though she purchased from this shop, I also include from my other shop because why not? And then I'll include this here. Now I'll show you how I do the process, although I will finish it up off camera because again, I will write a personalized note and I do want to maintain her privacy. But I put the Post-it, so there's one Post-it on this side, and then I sandwich one Post-it on this side so that from either side, it looks nice. And again, I will put it in one of these cellophane things, and I do keep this separate from the invoice. The invoice I'll actually just slip in separately, and that way they get a nice little Post-it on a postcard with my business cards, and both sides is really nice. And then if you've ever received either an order from me or Happy Mail from me, I always include some pineapple gummies because they're delicious. They're super cute, and nothing screams Hawaii like pineapple. And then this all will go into the envelope. I'll seal it up, and then I'll let my customer know that, you know, their item has been shipped. Yeah. And again, I mean, the process is not different when I'm not filming it. It's just, I don't know, it seemed super awkward because I filmed it. But that's how I process my cash envelope orders. My traveler's notebook orders, actually, it's even a little bit more involved than this because again, I don't want the product to be damaged in transit. And if I do get an order for that, then I'll do a video on that because I like watching videos and how people package for their shops. Just because I have some, so I like to see what other people are doing, but hopefully you find this of interest. Thank you to my customer for purchasing these. These will be going out tomorrow. I will be sending you an email. It's getting late. I still need to get ready for bed, but guys, thank you so much for all of your encouragement and your support, and as always, aloha.